And welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
Woo!
2 weeks have passed, and we have our vanilla
Yeah.
base.
Hey,
We're here and we're family.
Hey, hi.
Hey, vanilla base.
Yeah, I'm back.
Stop.
Feels like I've been gone forever.
You're not being very vanilla right now.
Sorry, let me tone that down.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He's
So-
definitely being vanilla. He's just
Hey.
being a lot of vanilla.
Yeah,
Too much.
Like somebody dropped the whole bag of vanilla into the ice cream.
Bag. It's
You don't know how it's made.
Alcohol
You don't know how-
solution.
you don't know how it's
Have
made.
you ever drank vanilla? It is not good concentrated.
Why did you do that?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Was it a dare?
Huh?
Did you?
No, as a kid. I mean, it smells good, so you taste
that
it,
relates?
obviously.
That relates. Too much of me is
Yeah.
really, really gross.
It's off-putting, all right?
off-putting.
Lots of
Good.
cleaners smell good, so they
drink
should
that.
probably taste
If
good
you
as
mix
well.
me slightly into anything, I make it a little bit better. But if you put a lot of me into something,
That's why you can never have your own podcast.
yeah, it's no good.
It would crash and burn.
It would smell good though from like 40 miles away.
I believe in you, Owen.
Yeah.
I think I want to listen to this. No.
Yeah, I'd have a really good title and they'd be like, "Wow, from way back here, that looks no. What have I done?" Yeah. Anyway,
Too much.
hey everybody,
Yeah, introduce yourself, Owen.
I'm gonna introduce myself now. We'll get this show on the road. Did I just take over the host?
I already said introduce yourself,
Okay,
Owen.
all right. You told me what to do. Okay, I feel normal again. That's Owen. Check me out on Twitter. Techno.
That's Owen?
At Technoan.
That's Owen.
That's Owen. That's all, folks.
That's Owen.
At Technoan80. I'm gonna follow Ty Merrill out of sadness.
Time
No,
Arrow?
Ty Merrill.
he told me
Oh,
he got
Ty
like
Merrill. Okay, yeah.
he told me he got like 3 followers.
That's right.
After his
Yeah.
sad plea,
His sad sack plea.
And he sounded sad.
he was like, "Look, I've been on here." He has a very, very calm voice anyway, so he was like, "I've been on here 3 times, 2 times. I don't know the number."
That was his third.
And he was like, "No new followers."
Hey, but the pity worked. He's got followers.
I'm gonna start pimping his Twitter handle.
You know what? I might
Nice.
unfollow and then refollow him.
Yeah.
Just to make him feel good.
I have. You know what? I played a game. I've been playing a game.
What?
It's a Super Smash Brothers game.
Huh?
Yeah, but
but
not
it's
really.
not Super Smash
No.
Brothers.
No, it's Kung Fu Panda. But the Smash Battle Royale. My kid bought it, and we played the heck out of that game this
On
last
what
week.
platform is that on?
The Xbox. Xbox is what I
And
got.
you fight each other?
Yeah, it's totally like super. It's.
Oh,
I mean, I
cool.
I owned my 10-year-old because
that.
it's like Smash Brothers, and I was like, he was like, "How do I?" And I was like, "You're dead." And I was like, "How do I?" "You're out again, Dad. You only have 3 lives. It's called stock, and I just killed you.
You suck, 10-year-old.
You suck, and you should never play this game again." Anyway,
Now go get
but,
ready for
It's
dinner.
called Kung Fu Panda Battle Royale or something. I don't know, but it's the same controls as Smash Brothers. It's a cheap Smash Brothers knockoff, but it was a lot of fun. You guys should check it out. We got it for like $10 or something on the Xbox store.
Maybe to tide you over till real Smash comes out.
Yeah.
In December.
Too bad you don't own a Nintendo console.
My brother owns a Switch, and I intend to steal/borrow that from him.
Does he ever listen to this show?
I don't think his life is together enough to do that.
Okay, so he won't know that
He
you're
definitely
coming.
doesn't listen to it if he's making fun of him.
So, I mean, if you do listen, hey,
I'm coming for your Switch.
are you using your Switch at all? Anyway,
And sorry about the insult.
and we'll talk later about
I'm
the
sure,
insult.
I'm sure your life is
Showbiz,
doing well.
showbiz.
So it was all for the
Yeah.
podcast.
That's it for me. I don't really have anything else.
All right, Jarron.
Hey, this is Jarron. You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. Yeah, that's right. I have a first name Twitter handle because I'm cool and I have a unique name. And I have been playing. Oh, you can follow me on Xbox Live, Vinegary Jarron. I haven't said that in a while.
That's true.
Mostly because I don't play games online for a long time. We need to play Titanfall 2 again. That was fun.
I
was
would be
fun.
down for that.
Yeah. Anyway, I set up a gaming PC.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
It turned out to be my mining PC, and
Oh.
and then I realized the beauty was inside all along. Turned off the mining, and voila, I have a gaming PC.
All you had to do is add an SLI bridge, and you're good.
Yeah, well, it's coming tomorrow.
Oh, you don't have the SLI bridge?
Yeah, but I tried some things on just one 1070 card. I ran settings maxed out on Forza Horizon 3.
Oh, he broke.
Do I need to hit him?
Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Oh.
There we go.
I was gonna hit him.
Thank you. And it looks so good.
That's what I've been saying for the last 5 years.
I can't believe I've been on a console for a decade.
7 years, actually.
Everyone listening to us, throw your consoles in the trash.
Oh,
Build yourself a gaming PC.
don't do
They
that.
all, do all people that join the PC
PC
gamers,
master race?
Yeah, do they all do this? They all go through a phase where they think it's better, and then
Absolutely.
they're like, actually, you know what? It's a lot of work
So-
to keep a PC running.
No, that never comes into play.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
Nobody worries about it. It's fun. It goes in phases, though. First, you hate it. Then you think, maybe I kind of want to try that. Then you save your money and you build it, and you're like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then
So
after
functional.
after a few years, you're like, well, I still like console games too, though.
Because something comes out that's exclusive.
Because there's exclusives, exactly.
Do you know what's weird? I hated working on this computer when it was a mining PC. But now that it's a gaming PC, I love working on the computer.
See?
Why did you hate it?
I hated it. I don't know.
Oh.
Just the thought of opening up that desktop and all in the name of mining.
Looking at it and
Yeah,
being like,
it's horrible.
It's the way to go, man.
I'm not making any money.
Gaming PCs are fun stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, I've been doing that, and I've been playing a little bit of Wolfenstein 2 on Switch. I'll get into that probably next time, though.
Do a little review action.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Now, is the PC that you built what's currently
Blocking
my knee
your
is
leg?
banging on right now?
That's the one.
Yes.
That's
yes,
it?
That's the one.
It looks fancy.
It's all right.
That's just the case. Don't get
confused.
It does have a Ryzen chip though, right?
Yep,
rocking
Ryzen
the
1500X.
Yeah, it's a good chip.
And it's got two 1070s.
Yeah, also a good card.
Because they were mining.
Yep.
But now they're gaming.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thanks, Jarron. Is there anything else you've been playing?
No?
No? All right.
Moving on.
And returning guest champion, Randle.
This is my fourth time.
Boom.
I think
I think
I'm
you're right.
winning.
Oh,
Anyways,
you were
Randle's on-
jealous of time.
Hold on,
Randle's in the
hold
lead.
on, hold on. I'm gonna go follow. I'm gonna go follow Ty right now.
Yeah. Hey, now he's got me beat
Unfollow you.
because I don't think
Unfollow
I've
you.
gotten a single additional follower.
And
the,
this is your
the three
fourth.
the three times I've been on.
Now say
I'm
it.
hoping I might get one more.
Oh, the pity play.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to say it more sad, though.
I really
I know
would like
he-
to get more followers.
I know he spelled his last name last time, but I still don't get it. Maybe it's a hard name to spell. Merrill.
You got it.
Okay, well,
It's like Merrill Lynch.
Now throw out your Twitter handle.
Twitter
Randle.
handle is too hot to Randle.
That's so cool.
And
Is it hot like HAWT?
no, unfortunately, it's just TOOHOTTORANDLE.
Too hot to Randle.
Too hot to Randle.
This is why.
know,
why.
kinda like
that's
too hot
that's
to
a
handle.
cool handle.
See?
I like that. See, this is why Ty Merrill doesn't have any fault. See, look at this other Ty Merrill here, spelled the same. Tyler Merrill instead of Ty, which is Tyler short. Anyway, Ty Dollars. I don't know what that means, but
you definitely
got
want to follow him.
dollars. Anyway,
You wanna
I guess
follow him now?
I'm gonna go follow at Ty Merrill. There we go. You've been followed.
nice.
Anyway,
All right, Randle,
Randall,
what you been playing?
Yeah, I want to hear what you've been playing.
Been playing a lot of Bloodstained Circle of the Moon on Switch, which
What is that?
amazing. It's basically
Sounds like a Castlevania game.
it is, yeah. Igarashi, he was one of the developers on a lot of the early Castlevania games. He left Konami and he created this game. It's basically your kind of retro 8-bit Castlevania clone, even though he's not allowed to use any Castlevania characters or say Castlevania in any way. But man, it is such a good 8-bit Castlevania style
love that game.
You've got 4 characters and you can switch them on the fly.
Oh, that's cool.
Each one has different abilities, and man, it is just such a good game. I'm working on the boss rush mode right now.
Did you beat it already?
Yeah, I beat the game working on boss rush mode. And then I'm also playing Dragon Ball Fighters, which is awesome as well. Another great fighting game.
That one was like, I remember seeing videos. I'm thinking, that looks just like the cartoon.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like, just like it.
It's awesome the way that they have created these animations for all of these various combos that you can pull off, and the way that they interact with different characters.
Well, not
I mean,
on-
it's like you're watching an episode of DBZ.
I think I saw an interview where they explained that they even took frames out of the game during big scenes to make it look more like the anime,
Oh, really?
because the anime doesn't. You don't watch the anime at 60 frames per second, but you
Yeah.
play the game at 60 frames per second. So they take frames out so it looks more like the anime.
Huh.
It's crazy.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's a great game. I'd recommend it. Playing it on PlayStation 4.
Nice. And I'm Tony. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony, or every other week here on the Gadget Spot, or on the Geek Show podcast every week. And playing lately, I've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda. That game deserves much better rating
really?
and reviews from users than it got. It's definitely... Everyone described it as a trash fire when it came out.
Well, that's because all the Star Wars fans try to play it.
Did you get?
Yeah, they're jerks.
You're playing
Yeah,
that
they
on
are.
the, you're playing that on the PC.
PC, yeah.
Because I never sold my other Andromeda game code from
Hey.
Nvidia.
There you go.
When I
There
bought
you
my
go.
Hey,
GPUs.
I'll take that.
I think I'm gonna, with Tony's recommendation, I think that I'm gonna go
should play it.
and play it on this laptop.
Oh,
I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah,
Oh.
it will. Trust me.
Oh. I'll give you $5. 5 cold ones right now.
Tony paid more than that.
Well, that was also a year ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game's actually, I mean, I think 40 hours into it, and I'm really enjoying it. So all the haters on that one. Now, granted, when it came out, it was pretty buggy, but there are much worse games that have come out that buggy that people haven't complained nearly as much about.
So have they done a ton of patchwork on it?
They patched it up quite a bit for the first couple months that it was out, but then EA basically said, this game's got too much bad press, we're abandoning it. And so they haven't patched it since then, and they already said they aren't going to anymore, which is a shame, like I said, because it's good.
Sounds like Master Chief Collection.
Right? Except they say they're still working on that.
I hope they do,
Whatever.
because I want that to work.
Right?
I bought that when it came out.
You paid
Okay.
$60 for it when it came
Yeah.
out? Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't need all my other... I had the discs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
Stack of boxes.
don't need these. And I bought the Master Chief Collection, and they don't play the same. I don't
Yep,
like
I
it.
did the midnight launch for that game. Took it home. Tried playing multiplayer with some friends.
Didn't work.
Never worked. Never played it again. Still don't have it.
Oh.
Yep. Let's see. So, yeah, I've been playing that, and I still tinker away every once in a while on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The game's hard. Just because there's so much going on when you try to fight and things like that.
Are you gonna pick up Octopath Traveler?
Nah.
I probably will. But
You've always been more into JRPGs than I
yeah,
have,
but
so.
I don't know. In the last decade or so, I really haven't played many. That's like the first one that I've been really interested in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's put it this way. That computer that I told you about that I was building for work, I
Yeah.
bought a 1070, and it got me a free copy of Final Fantasy 15.
And you haven't touched it
I
yet?
haven't touched it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even used the code.
Yep.
Too many games, too many TV shows.
Yep.
That's true.
I could use more movies, though.
I still think there's too many movies.
Well, once the summer season runs out, there's not going to be too
Actually, it's kind of run out now. What else is coming out this,
Fall.
this
Mission
summer?
Impossible.
I was gonna say
6.
Mission Impossible.
Besides, we're in the second week of July, and there's one more movie to look forward to this summer.
Yeah.
There's got
That's
to be
weird.
another. I'm trying to think.
No,
there's got to be
there's
at
really
least
not
one more
that-
good movie.
The
of
Spy That
summer.
Dumped Me looks kind of good. That's the one with Mila
Eh.
Kunis and what's her face from SNL.
Kate McKinnon.
Yep, there you go.
But those aren't like your classic summer blockbusters.
Well, we've already had a lot of summer blockbusters.
I mean, we've had 2 Marvel movies already.
It's true.
I think the summer season starts a lot earlier now.
You think it
than
ends
used to.
earlier too?
Yep.
See,
That's
because I have a
weird.
little baby, we don't go to the theaters anymore, so my blockbuster season starts in the fall. That's when they all come out on DVD.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
I was like,
Anyway,
you won't have
Blu-ray.
a baby in the fall? Or?
I mean, there's always that option.
Whoa.
I mean, we're not great parents,
Oh, jeez.
but you know,
I mean, just look at him.
yeah. I mean,
He can barely take care of himself.
He made it here.
It's a parrot.
Can't parent my way out of a paper bag. Anyway,
Yep. So I don't think I've been playing anything else. That's pretty much it for me. Yeah. All right. So let's check out what we got here to talk about today.
Patreon.
Yep. That's the first thing we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Owen, what's Patreon?
I'm gonna slow this down. I'm gonna get my sultry voice on. I'm gonna slow this
Slow
down.
jam.
Slow
the-
jam the
I'm gonna
Patreon.
slow This is
Exactly.
the digital tip jar.
Hey, look at that. After a false start, he nailed it.
Yeah, false start. Digital tip jar.
Ooh.
Digital tip jar.
You could say virtual tip jar if you'd
Virtual
like.
tip jar. Chip jar. Chip jar. Dang it.
Virtual
Ah.
chip jar.
Anyway.
Go the Yu-Gi-Oh way. It's the Digital chip jar.
Anyway, a huge shout out and thank you to AJ Jasper and Aaron Young. You guys are great. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you from Software is Better Than Naughty Dog. I disagree with that 100%.
You know who that was, right?
Joe Reedy, of course. Derek Bauer, Dave Schuster, Adam Foote, Spencer Knowlton, Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Ryan McQueen, Casey Dilly, Johnny Rios, Derek Allred, Ryan Baker, Michael Beck, Matt Nelson, Jeffrey Kale, David Broshinsky, Roger Allen, Austin Beauregard, Morty, Dan Clark, Brian Lee, Conrad Southworth, and Adam Hecht. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Hoping to keep this podcast going. All right, and let's see. We got some emails. We're gonna do. We actually still have a ton of emails.
Emails
still.
and Facebook messages.
So we're gonna go. Yeah. We're gonna do 3 today, and then we'll get to some more next time.
Okay. We're gonna hit the more timely emails right now and save some of the others for later.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So sorry, Joe Reedy, Aaron Esau, and Chris Cushley, but we'll get to you next time. Anyway, so Seth Diamond wrote in. He says, "Hey, what's the name of our podcast?
Gadget Spot.
Gadget Spot podcast.
Was
there
it
we
not
go.
there?
He had an acronym that screwed it. It messed Jarron up.
What was the acronym?
He put GSPC.
No, that's
right. Gadget
yeah,
Spot
that is.
podcast. That's correct.
It
Yeah.
even screwed with Tony.
Yeah, it did.
It is because that's the. Oh, dang it!
Hey,
Georgia.
I'm feeling nostalgic and wanting to buy some game consoles that I missed out on over the years. PS3, Saturn, GameCube, Wii U, etc. Do any of you have advice? I've had bad luck with KSL/Craigslist in the past, but not sure if going through GameStop would be any better. Thanks.
Randall, this is kind of in your wheelhouse.
This is right up my alley. I actually have every Nintendo, Sega, and Microsoft console. I don't have the Ataris.
No Sony love?
Like the, oh, sorry. Duh, of course. I've got all those as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
you worried me.
Whoa.
You don't have a Virtual Boy, though, do you?
No, I do not. Sadly, that's not one of them.
The bastard child of Nintendo.
Exactly.
Ty had one, and
Did he?
he sold it a few months ago.
He sold it to Twyman.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, that thing would burn your retinas.
I played it. It was kind of fun.
No, I played it for 20 minutes and was like, what am I doing? I can't handle this anymore.
Well, as far as getting them, I would just go with eBay, but make sure you get insurance on the shipping.
You can also see if a seller's more reputable.
Yeah,
on eBay
yeah.
too.
Also, definitely check their feedback and reviews and whatever. But as far as what consoles to get, I would definitely recommend a Saturn. That, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated video game consoles ever.
Isn't there only like 6 games for
I
that?
No
always
way,
wanted a
dude.
Saturn so bad.
You're
growing
probably
up.
thinking of a Sega CD.
Maybe.
Sega CD actually had some really good games too. Sonic CD,
Yeah.
one of the best Sonics I've ever
Well,
played.
you can
It
get that
was
on
so
pretty
good.
much any platform now, though.
It's true. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the Saturn. Lots of great. If you're into importing at all, there were a ton of great shooters, fighting games, and JRPGs.
Now, clarification, when you say shooters, you mean like top-down or side-scroll
Yeah,
shooters,
sorry.
not first-person
Yeah.
shooters.
I guess a lot of people call them shoot-em-ups or shmups nowadays.
I would also check out retro gaming stores. Now, when Tony and I have gone to CES, we always go to the one called A Gamer's Paradise.
Yeah, over in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
That's
and
way good.
They guarantee what they sell, so if it breaks, you can go back in and they'll fix it for you. And they just have a lot of retro consoles. They'll probably be a bit more expensive, but with that price, you get a little bit of peace of mind.
And some of these stores will sell through eBay.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
you buy their stuff through eBay, you know you're getting a reputable seller.
Or you just find a hoarder like me. I still have a PS3 sitting on my shelf.
Oh, so old.
PS3.
So old.
You're trying to sell your Xbox One, aren't you?
I have an Xbox One I'm trying to get rid of.
So old.
I have a Wii that I'm just looking. Hey, he gave me a list, like a bingo list. I've got 3 of them. Well, he didn't ask for an Xbox One. If you want an original Xbox One.
You know, I would recommend GameCube definitely.
GameCube is a really solid one.
Yeah.
You've
You've
got-
got not do very well in both America and Japan.
Yeah,
but in
and
my
it's a
opinion,
shame.
Again, a ton of really awesome games on there.
There's so many good first party games on the GameCube, which, you know, is classic modus operandi for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They always have the good first-party games from Nintendo. You got like Eternal Darkness, the Super Mario Galaxies.
Ooh, Eternal Darkness was so good.
Eternal Darkness was way good. You got the Rogue Squadron 3. There's
Oh yeah, there was some good games.
Twin Snakes.
Yeah, Twin
Snakes
Snakes,
is
the re-release
probably
of
one of the
Metal Gear
best.
1.
I still have my GameCube actually.
Which is good because
And-
there's in the show notes today I put a note on somebody got a GameCube emulator going on the Switch.
Oh wow.
on the Switch. Oh, nice.
Oh,
And you got
Nintendo, do it.
You got
There's like
Smash Melee.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good games.
Smash Melee isn't that still like the game that
yeah.
they use in tournaments and
The
everything?
best Mario Kart, Double Dash.
Double Dash.
Double Dash,
yeah.
a really good one. I know it's been ported about 1 billion times, but Resident Evil 4
Oh, yeah, great
started
game.
on GameCube, and that was amazing when that came
When
out.
that came out, that was mind-blowing
Yep.
for a Resident Evil game at the time. The nice thing about the Xbox console, too, though, now is you don't really have to get an old Xbox. A lot of it's
True.
becoming backwards compatible.
Finally, like that should have been a
So-
thing from the beginning.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really hope Sony and Microsoft continue with backwards compatibility in the next generation.
What backwards compatibility continuation from Sony? They don't have any.
Well,
Yeah.
the continuation for Microsoft.
You
I hope Sony
you hope
adopts
they
it.
start.
Well,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
kind of have done it with PS2. They have a PS2 emulator and they sell some PS2 games.
Yeah, but you can't pop your disc in and play, can you?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I thought I read somewhere that you could.
If
I
you-
might be wrong.
If you could, then kudos to them. But I know for sure you
for
can't.
specific games.
You can't do it for PS3 games,
Right.
At all.
So PS3 would play some PS2, right?
The original
the
PS3.
originals
Yeah,
one.
If
I
you
have
bought-
I have the original PS3.
The big fatty
Just saying,
shiny
yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Those
have
things
that.
are so huge.
I
I
have
was-
that thing sitting on my shelf, and I'm like, what do I do with this?
Well,
Play PS2 games.
yeah,
that's
that's
right.
what I should do.
You
I
s-
used it solely for the Blu-ray player. That was it.
you look at that and you think that's big, but go back and look at the original Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was a
The
behemoth.
original
Yep.
Xbox.
Oh my
Massive.
gosh. All right. Well, there you go. Thanks for writing in, Jarron. What was his name?
That's Seth. That's
Seth.
That's
Seth.
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 Diamond.
Thanks for writing in, Seth.
Diamond.
Just real quick, I believe GameStop is starting to do more retro gaming stuff now too.
You can find more of their retro stuff online
Oh, really? But
than
not
in
in,
their
stores.
store. They have some stuff, but they have a better selection online.
I
if
imagine they would
remember.
have a decent warranty on it.
Well, that's your typical GameStop. You know,
Yeah.
probably 30 days or 90 days or something.
Yeah.
You've got another email from Ty, formerly known as Ty on this podcast. He says, forgot to talk about this last time. Hey, hello, G-Spotters. I forgot to bring this up last time because we were running long, really long, but we briefly mentioned that the Nintendo E3 press briefing was disappointing because they only talked about Smash Bros. And didn't announce anything exciting unless you're excited about Super Mario Party, which I am not. So what's one reasonable thing that you wish they would have announced? My wish is for an HD version of the Mario Galaxy games. About a month ago, Digital Foundry showed footage of Mario Galaxy running in 1080p on an NVIDIA Shield. Sadly, only available in China, and it looks incredible. The Mario Galaxy games are my favorite Mario games ever, and having them on Switch is my number one Nintendo dream. So what's your number one Nintendo dream that you wish was announced at E3? Your pal, Ty. My opinion is GameCube emulator.
Emulator. They have it in there, right? They have the ability.
I would like that quite a bit.
won't do it.
But I'm going to go with the ability to play all the games I bought digitally for my Wii U on my Switch.
No, they want to resell those to you.
Exactly.
Okay, well, give me the option then. I'll buy them again.
They are. Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze,
No,
Mario
I'm talking
Kart.
about like I got the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii U,
Oh.
and you can't get that on the Switch.
Did they talk about new Metroid
Stuff
game
like that.
at the E3?
They didn't even mention it.
Well, wouldn't
It
GameCube
was-
emulator
wasn't
fix
it
the...
announced earlier, but they didn't talk about it at all?
They announced it earlier, but they
Yeah.
not at E3.
No, okay.
But yeah, they didn't mention it at all at E3. And as to what Jarron said, GameCube emulator would work for Metroid Prime 1 and 2. 3 was on the Wii.
But the Wii is essentially a GameCube that's reskinned, though.
Yeah, but they still...
I would think if they did a GameCube emulator, they do a Wii emulator,
No,
too.
I think the problem is with... Well, they could actually still do that because they
Yeah.
have the nunchuck style movement
Exactly.
control, but
yeah.
that would get messy because you can't play it like
Good
that.
messy or
No,
bad
messy. You'd only be able to play it if it was hooked up to the TV because you can't move the nunchucks around when you're playing it in portable mode.
Yeah, you can. Just take it off, use the horrible kickstand.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
They already have a horrible kickstand, so why not use the horrible kickstand?
I don't think we need to say why not.
Anyway,
It's
the emulator
horrible.
would be awesome. What do you guys think?
For me, all I've ever wanted from Nintendo for probably the past 10 years is an update to Pokemon red, blue, and yellow.
You're singing James's song.
Yeah,
There.
I
thought
remember
they-
he mentioned that last time. But
Didn't they announce that?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked too hard in that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, whatever
They
it's
didn't-
called.
It doesn't seem like a
They didn't-
updated version to me.
they
It's a little bit
didn't-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't announce that at E3. They talked about that a couple months ago, if I remember right. Right? Or was that at E3?
No, it was a.
Oh,
well,
was it?
no, it was before E3.
Yeah, it was before
Yeah.
E3. I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
just want the classic
yeah,
original
I mean,
3
All I want is
with-
the 151 Pokemon
with redone graphics, or what do you mean? Or
I would
the
I would
ability
want
to
like
play
I would
in
want
general?
it like rebuilt for the Switch. So not just like a graphical update, but
from the ground up remake.
yeah,
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah. I
All
mean
right.
that's all I've wanted from Nintendo for so long, and they just keep creating more and more Pokemon, and I lose interest in it.
Please, Nintendo, help Randle out here.
Hey, guys,
What?
I have breaking news.
Breaking news.
Billy D. Williams is reprising his role as Lando Calrissian in Episode 9.
Of course he
What?
is.
What? I didn't think that guy could even like talk or move or anything.
Nah, he could still get around, but just
Why-
not very quickly.
He's just as old as Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah, but he's in way worse condition than Harrison Ford.
You don't know that? Quiet.
Maybe they'll have some sort of time warp, and you can have Billy D. Williams and Donald Glover in the same movie at the same time.
Whoa.
Sounded like you said Dong Lover.
Donald Glover.
That's why he never went by Don.
Don Glover.
Don Glover.
He actually made that joke about himself on Twitter once.
Don
Yeah.
Glover. All right, that's great. We have another email.
Yeah, we do.
Keep going.
Anyway, so we got another message from Aaron Faulkner. Sources: Google is planning a game platform that could take on Xbox and PlayStation. We didn't really talk about this time.
We didn't.
And anyway, he says, "Hey guys, I know how you have a bunch of emails from the last show, so this has to wait. No problem. No, Aaron, it doesn't have to wait.
this is
The other guys have to wait, though.
this is a little timely.
Yeah. Do you think this is likely to happen or just fizzle and die? Do you think that Google should be playing on this in this space? They give an example, playing Witcher in a Chrome tab, so it might pique Tony's interest, of course, because it's Witcher.
I love Witcher.
As always, keep up the great work. I love the show. Cheers, Aaron."
I think that Google will not enter that space, and if they do, they'll support it for about 3 years and then throw it away.
3
Just like
weeks.
everything
Come on.
else Google does.
Yeah, they just come in to mess things up.
Here's why I don't think they would: is because several companies have attempted to do so with Android OS, make television set-top boxes that double as game consoles. You have the only one that's still around really is the NVIDIA Shield TV, but there was the Mad Catz made one, and I can't remember what it was called. And then you had the garbage one from that Kickstarter that I bought that was garbage. What was that called? The
I don't even
The
remember.
garbage Kickstarter.
Ouya,
one.
the Ouya. OUYA.
Oh, yeah.
And it was terrible.
Well, this is more like game streaming, though, and I don't think game streaming right now. I don't think broadband is there yet for the vast majority of the population.
It is for you.
It is for me. It would work great in my house because I have 2 millisecond ping, 1 gigabit per second internet.
It's so fast. I just do that because I'm jealous.
Yeah, I think people would rather buy hardware still.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't see Google putting the time and effort and money into making a new console.
What would it take? Like they're going to go console instead of streaming games.
They want your data. If they can find a
Yeah.
way to get more data from you,
That's true.
Because they could just strip down Android and make it the OS
Oh yeah,
of
for
a
sure.
gaming console, but it wouldn't be recognizable as Android anymore if they went all in on it. But the R&D that it would take to make a competing console on the same level as Nintendo, Sony, or Xbox, I don't think they.
Microsoft did it.
They're years behind.
Yeah,
on
Microsoft did it back in 2000.
it. Right.
You know, now it's
That's 18 years ago.
Yeah,
that's.
I don't.
They're basically caught up on the game. Their first few iterations were the Xbox and the Xbox 360 had some problems for sure to getting going, but
Yeah,
you know,
Look how good Billy D looks.
that's from the original
Yeah,
Star
that's
Wars
from
trilogy.
1981.
He looks really good.
have you seen him have you seen him lately?
He's much wrinklier.
Said too much Colt 45.
So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see Google going into it. But you know what? Honestly, though, if they threw their weight and money into it, I would say
I'd say he looks better than Carrie Fisher.
she's dead.
Well, when she was alive.
Jeez.
Oh, great. Turn this into a thing, all right? Whatever.
Why would you say that?
I mean,
Oh my
you
goodness.
think he looks better than Carrie Fisher did?
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but she had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Jarron, what's wrong with you?
No comment.
Anyway, like I was saying, I think if Google threw their weight and money into it in earnest, it would be pretty awesome because you could have a fourth player and more competition in the marketplace.
And who
is
knows?
always
Maybe
good.
they are in their secret lab. Like
That'd be
they've
great.
done that before, where they work on something kind of behind,
covertly.
and then
And then
they bring something to market that you're like, they announce it, and then they bring something to market that they shouldn't have been able to have yet.
yeah.
But the thing with Google,
And then they throw it away before
Yeah.
it comes to the masses like
Yeah.
Google Glasses.
Yes,
the thing with Google, they release in beta, and it doesn't get out of beta for a good 5-10 years.
It's true.
So I don't think if they do anything right now, it won't be a good product.
Doesn't that seem like they
compared
just
to
build
anything
it?
else?
They just build it for their devs to play with. They're like, some devs like, I wish I could play games on a Google hard piece of hardware, and they're like, do it. We'll just put it in beta, and then when you're done, we'll just scrap it.
It's great.
It'll never make it to the masses. Google Glasses, that was just for us.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I
Project
use a-
Tango?
Yeah,
Just for them.
Just for them.
The modular smartphone?
Yeah.
Just for them.
Just wanted to try it out.
Project Aria.
Yeah.
Motorola, just for them.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to buy Motorola for $15 billion, strip out all the patents we want, and then sell it for $2. It'll look like we lose money, but the patents we get will be worth it. Crazy. Yeah, I doubt it, but it'd be cool to see if they did. All right, are we? Is that 3? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Let's see.
Sorry, I just want to jump back real quick
yeah.
to the summer movies.
Oh, what'd you find?
There's literally nothing.
Told you.
Mission Impossible 6.
Yes,
the
there's
awesomest
Mission
movie
Impossible.
the whole summer.
That's
But
it.
honestly, the Megalodon one with Jason Statham.
It's gonna
The
be
Meg?
That looks
Yeah.
awful.
Hopefully, it will be terrible to the point of being awesome.
Of being good.
Skyscraper.
Like Sharknado's turned into.
Exactly. Or yeah, Skyscraper's
Alpha?
going for the same thing. What's
Alpha.
Take Transformers, take a dog movie, and mash them together.
Boo.
That's what Alpha is.
What?
That sounds terrible.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a
all
Black
in.
Mirror episode. The only one that I have hope for is the Christopher Robin Disney movie. I think that looks good.
That might be good.
Yeah, but it's not going to be.
But it's
you
not
know,
a summer.
It's not a summer blockbuster. No.
I'm up for The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Yeah. Meh.
Meh.
It's money's going to get spent. It doesn't actually really matter. So if
Yeah.
you take the blockbusters out, people are still going to the movies.
Well, I bought a movie pass a couple months ago, so I'm going to go see everything just because
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Use it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. Before it goes under.
Speaking of Movie Pass, who
Yeah,
put
but
that on the notes?
Do we have a notes about movie pass?
Yeah, someone put that on there.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
did.
remember who.
I did.
Yeah, surge pricing.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, Movie Pass, and I already got the email saying they're bringing it into effect. Basically, Movie Pass is going to start charging a surge price for movies that are new and sell out quickly. So
you buy the movie pass once,
and then you buy it again.
then you buy it again.
They said it'll be anywhere from $2 to $6.
$6.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's as much as a matinee.
No.
About.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. But with the cost of the movie pass, you're up there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they didn't say how often or how aggressive they were going to be on the labeling things as surge, but they did say that you might look at a movie and say, "Oh, I want to go see that," and then by the time you get to the theater an hour or so later, when you decide to go, it might be in surge mode by then. Like it's updated in real time.
The thing is, if it's a blockbuster, you're gonna have a hard time getting tickets anyway, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
You have to buy them in person.
At the
Yeah.
place, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Movie passes, they're to the point now where they're grasping at anything to make themselves look better. Because I didn't realize how bad their stock tanked in the last year.
They're down to like 30 cents now, right?
They were at $39 over a year ago per share. Now they're at like 38 cents.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, is this surge pricing part of the $1.2 billion that they were saying they needed to recoup?
They didn't really tie it into any of their financial stuff. They basically just announced it.
Yeah, the
from what I
1.2
saw.
billion is.
That's like a line of credit. Or
Yeah,
something,
it
isn't
is. They're either going to issue equity or debt, and hopefully stay in business from that.
Yeah,
If anyone dares give them money.
they're burning $40 million a month.
That's crazy.
Was what I read last.
Too many customers at once.
Crazy. So anyway, yeah. So watch out for that with your Movie Pass if you're a subscriber. I kind of feel like I got onto this Movie Pass train right at the worst possible time.
Exactly.
It's kind of frustrating.
How many
but,
times have you used it?
Probably 6 or so.
Oh, so you almost
not
got your
bad.
money back.
I mean, that's what I mean. I only have to go to 9 movies before I have my money back. So I'm almost to the point where I'm past breaking even.
oh,
So
and that's why you're so upset there's no more movies out there.
right. I'm gonna go see garbage flicks. Like
Do they have an
Meg.
option for like 3D or IMAX or anything?
So
like
they
that,
announced
or-
that as well, but it's not going into effect yet. Where you could pay just an extra fee to do a 3D movie or an IMAX or whatever. Which if you were working your magic right, you could do anyway. You just go and say I want an IMAX ticket, and then they charge it to your card, and then say, oh, the difference is $6 or whatever.
Oh,
and you
okay.
just put it on your actual credit card or cash or whatever.
You just gave me a great idea, Tony.
But then they get mad at you when you do that, just so you know. I got instantly an email within like 5 minutes of doing that once.
seriously?
It was like, hey, we're going to basically saying we're watching for these kinds of activities. This is a random email, by the way. We just want you to know. But we're watching for these kinds of activities that break our terms of service.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, random, huh? It was 5
Yeah.
minutes after I did it. Anyway, what were you saying, Jarron?
You just gave me a great idea. Garbage flicks. Competitor to Netflix only shows horrible movies.
That's what Netflix was at first.
That's how they
true.
started.
That's very true.
The B movies.
before they or after they had kind of peaked on their DVD mailings and started their streaming service, everything on their streaming service was garbage.
Anyway, they could have exclusive rights to the DC universe.
Hey,
Booyah!
that's harsh.
Sick burn.
All the Transformer movies. It'd be great.
You're not going to get any sympathy about the Transformer movies from me, but I like the DC movies.
I like some of them.
I like the Transformer movies.
Wonder Woman was good.
Wonder Woman, Man of
I
Steel,
thought Justice League was good too.
Batman
I thought
versus
Man of Steel-
Superman.
Dude, Justice League. Oh my gosh.
I agree with you, Randall.
Nope, it was good.
That was
I
so
like-
painful.
I loved Batman versus Superman. I loved Man of Steel.
It was a solid effort, and it linked the Man of Steel. So I was okay with Justice
I'm
League.
excited to
See?
see.
I did not like Justice League.
I'm excited to see Mission Impossible just so I can see the mustache
Yeah.
that screwed
Right.
Justice League.
Yeah,
It'll be worth it because Mission
Oh, yeah.
Impossible is going to be awesome.
just from the.
Have you seen him
By the way-
cock his arms like a gun?
I was gonna say, just from the previews, he looks tougher as this American spy than he does as Superman.
yeah,
It's crazy.
he does.
Oh man.
Anyway, all right. Let's see. So, what do we got here? Okay, I saw this too, and I wasn't sure if I was going to put it in the notes, but Randall did. Elon Musk's plan to rescue Thai soccer players.
Okay.
Which is already happening, by the way.
Yeah.
Not his plan.
Not his plan, but the rescuing,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even his plan. He just
He supplied an
true.
idea, right?
No, he just said he didn't even supply an idea. He said we're going to send down some of our engineers to help.
Yeah.
And everything that's been said after that is stuff his engineers came up with.
Right.
Well, they actually created a rescue sub.
Yeah. And it's pretty
what's,
ingenious.
That's what's
I
en
thought.
route down there, but they don't think it's going to make it in time, right?
No, they haven't built it yet.
Well,
Oh no, they did.
So,
They
so
did.
far, they've built it and they've sent it down, but so far they've already rescued eight of the
Yeah.
12 kids. So there's still 4 kids and the coach left.
I mean, it's something cool that could probably be used if this ever came up again.
How are they rescuing him? They're just doing diving?
Yeah, they're doing the scuba dive,
Oh, okay.
basically.
Dude, I don't know if I'd get into this rescue sub. It looks so tiny.
Oh yeah, like
I would freak
it's
out in there.
It's amazing that they've been able to take SpaceX parts and basically it's just a SpaceX
It was
booster tube.
Booster tube.
They've strapped a bunch of oxygen tanks to it, liquid oxygen, and then they seal the whole thing off. But the video, I included it in the show notes. It is so claustrophobic.
Oh, man.
I mean, it shows this, little skinny developer or something like that having to be pulled from his shoulders out of this tube because it's so
he can't get in
small
by
and tight.
himself?
Exactly.
Oh.
He was smiling in the video, though.
Oh, no way, man. That is my nightmare, having to be stuck in
Elon's in
something
the
like
background behind the camera and be like, smile. Or else.
I've had a lot of bad press lately. You're going to smile and you're going to like it.
This is going to sell Teslas now.
I mean, I know a lot of people have said that, like, it's Elon injecting himself into every world issue, but you know what? The dude's got the means.
Yeah.
He sees a problem, and he uses his means to try and solve it. And,
It's true.
I think that's pretty cool. They were able to iterate so fast to try and find
Yeah.
something out. You know, like, hey, one of his developers or somebody, I assume somebody came to him, was like, can we try something?
Yeah.
And he was like, go for it. And just started making dollar bills rain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ones, of course.
I mean,
'cause they're not
someone
doing
went
so
to
great,
him and
but-
said, hey, they found these kids, but they're trapped because none of these kids know how to swim.
Yeah.
There's this big distance where there's
3
flooding.
miles. They're 3 miles
yeah,
into the
exactly.
cave.
This
crazy.
is that flooding that's happening over in China, right?
No,
Thailand.
This is,
Oh,
this is
Thailand.
separate.
Oh.
This is just their normal monsoon season
Yeah.
in Thailand. It's not even extra
Cave.
heavy.
What were they doing in a cave?
Because they went into the cave at the beginning of the monsoon season. That cave floods every year.
Oh.
The kids and the coach, they just weren't paying attention to what was going on. But yeah, you know, I agree that it's cool that he does that, because it's at least a somewhat viable plan B.
Yeah.
If they
Call-
couldn't
call it
scuba stuff
call
to
it
work.
a PR stunt or whatever you want. I mean, in the end, it's still there's rubber on the road right now. He's got some hardware headed down there, even if it doesn't make
Well,
it
and
work.
he's
whatever.
even said that this could potentially be transitioned into like escape capsules for rockets or space travel in the future.
Yeah, because I want to be stuck in that in space.
It's either that or your eyeballs freeze and explode. So
I'll take the eyeballs.
I agree.
I'm not getting in that thing.
Because if you get in that thing, you can't see anyway.
Yeah.
Pop.
I will never get in that escape pod.
Actually, after the first one, I'd be like, pop. I'd be like, okay, I'm getting in. That really hurts. Is it too late?
It's too late by then.
And then
you're
the second
screwed.
pop, I'm toast.
Second pop, and then your blood freezes. Yeah.
Or boils.
Or boils.
Depending
I
which
don't
way
know
you're
how it
facing.
works, yeah. All right. Let's see. Speaking of things going terribly wrong, the Thanos subreddit. Or maybe terribly right. I don't know. This was pretty
Depends
funny,
on whose
though.
side you're on.
Yeah.
I honestly love this. So there is a subreddit called Thanos Did Nothing Wrong, and it's a group of people that basically believe that, spoiler alert, at the end of Avengers, when he snaps his fingers and half of all existence
Half of
in
the
the universe
Yeah.
just disappears.
Did you see that movie,
turns
Owen?
to dust.
What one?
Never mind. Just keep going.
What movie?
Don't worry about it.
I'll actually forget by the time I watch it.
Well, they're basically saying that Thanos is right by doing that. And so there's been this, this like this movement for the subreddit to have a Thanos moment where Thanos will snap his fingers and half of all the subscribers to this subreddit will be banned.
Now,
And-
do you have to do that manually? Because they have like 400,000 subscribers.
As of this recording, they started it about an hour ago, and it sounds like they have to go through like certain blocks of users.
Oh, they're actually doing it.
Yeah,
they're actually doing the purge.
They're doing
So-
it as
so, yeah.
as we speak. They're doing it.
So what's so awesome is this was just like a fan account. I mean, it obviously had nothing to do with Marvel. It's just
Right.
all these people who think Thanos did nothing wrong. And it's got such traction that the Russo brothers even tweeted about
No
it.
way.
That's
awesome.
Josh Brolin even recorded
Yeah, Josh
something.
Brolin yesterday morning recorded a video saying like, "Hey Reddit." And so it's gained all sorts of traction. I subscribed to it just to see if I would be
If you were one of
I
the-
was one of the people dusted by
Yeah.
Thanos. But yeah, so the purge started about an hour ago. It sounds like it's going through in blocks that might take some time.
That's crazy.
But
Can you jump ship like a rat on a sinking ship? Can you unsubscribe from it and be
you
like,
can unsubscribe.
I don't want my Reddit account to be banned?
But
That'd be like someone in the Marvel universe being like, "I'm going to move to this other universe now."
Yeah. Yeah. Flash is like, Gonna go over here.
You guys want to come over to the DC universe?
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
have any.
The universe is over here.
We don't have anyone killing half of everyone over
Plus,
there.
we've got so many, you can just have one. I mean, just come over.
multiverse.
Please
Yeah,
come
that's
over.
true.
Please come over.
So I'm waiting to see if I get banned, if I get dusted by Thanos.
That's pretty funny that
I
they
liked
would do
it.
that. Yeah. Yep.
Got breaking news.
Oh, more breaking news?
what
Is
is
it
it?
about Billy D. Williams again?
I wish. It's the Microsoft Surface announcement actually already happened.
Oh,
Just barely.
interesting.
It's called Microsoft Surface Go. It's a 10-inch screen tablet. Starts at $400.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a pretty cool little device. It has a 3.2 aspect ratio.
3.2 aspect ratio.
You really hung that out there.
Well, you know, it's kind of like the Surface Pro. What is happening up there? It's kind of like a Surface Pro 3. It has an 1800 by 1200 resolution, so pretty good.
Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Has a USB-C port. Has facial recognition unlocked.
For Hello
stuff.
Microsoft or Cortana, whatever.
Yeah, it weighs 1.15 pounds, so it's nice and light. Comes in 4 gigs of RAM, a 64 gig SSD for $400, or 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gig SSD for $549. That's the one you should get.
Would you buy
Definitely.
one? Would you buy anything that only has 4 gigs of RAM at this point?
I would.
I would not.
I don't
Yeah.
know. My phone has more gigs of
Yeah.
RAM than that. Not Jarron's, but mine does.
But it's very much in the pixel design language. It comes with you can get a little pen with it. You can get a type keyboard with it with a trackpad. It looks really cool. I think it's a good competitor to the iPad.
Did they say what CPU it has?
Has a Pentium Gold 4415Y processor.
Called it a Pentium.
Yeah, so not as fast as an iPad by any means. The iPad will definitely be faster.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Until the battery starts going down, then Apple will start to bork it.
Before the throttling, it's
Yeah.
faster.
Hey. Anyway, it looks like a cool little device, and if you are not into Apple's devices, I think it's much better than any Android tablet out there.
Cool. Yeah, the Android tablets, by the way, are dead. They're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
But speaking of a tablet that isn't dead, the Switch. Yeah, that's a tablet, everyone. Believe it. The Warframe. If you guys ever heard of Warframe?
I
The
don't
game?
know what that
I
is.
haven't. No.
So it's a free-to-play game that came out like 5 years ago, and
Is it Battle Royale?
no, it's
Thank goodness.
Then no one's gonna play it.
Yeah, right. So it's been out for like 5 years though, and the company that does it, Deep Silver? No, they might publish it. I can't remember who does it now, off the top of my head, but they have said they're going to port it to the Switch, and it's been on PS4 and Xbox ever since it
Digital Extremes.
launched. Digital Extremes, nice. And anyway, the thing about that game though is it's one of those weird ones that you don't hear about much, but it's kind of got this slow burn, snowball effect of users. It's actually pretty big now.
So what kind of game is it?
Nobody really talks about it. It's a third-person shooter, but it's also got like sword play and stuff like that. So
Kind of like Jedi Knight.
a little bit, yeah. I played it a little bit a few years ago. I didn't really get into it, but they've updated the engine over the years. They've added a whole bunch of content, and it's always been free to play.
So is it MMORPG?
It's more like MMO, yeah. But the fact that they're bringing it to Switch is pretty neat. So
Is it going to include the expansions that I'm reading about right here?
I bet it would. I mean, they didn't say that it wouldn't, so they could definitely fit them on because you just make them downloadable, so it's not like an issue of space.
I love that there's these huge, awesome games coming out on a mobile device like Wolfenstein 2 and Doom.
Yeah, and Doom,
Yeah.
and
Warframe.
all of the I was gonna say all of the first party Nintendo games have been pretty freaking great.
Yeah, that too.
Zelda,
That's why it blows my mind why they don't want to do a virtual console.
yeah, it's weird.
They would make so much money.
yeah.
So much money.
People would pay way more than the stuff is actually worth.
I think they will.
to play it on.
I
their
think they
Switch.
will. Nintendo's always done that. They trickle information and functionality because that's the fuel of the hype train. That's like how you that's how you fuel up the hype train.
getting advanced in years and
Bunch
can't
of-
control that bladder anymore.
They
Yeah.
trickle.
they leak information.
Also, game related, Halo is actually for realsies getting a TV show.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
believe it when I see it.
That's how I feel too.
They already did
No,
one.
they
already did
ordered
one.
it.
They did one TV show already, right?
They actually
Did you ever
ordered
watch
the
the-
show. Showtime has ponied up the money. There's a showrunner. They ordered 10 episodes. It's actually happening.
I still side with Randle on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I was a fan. I watched the episodes of the other one.
Ready Unto Dawn or something like that.
Well, so they had the movie
Forward Unto Dawn.
Forward Unto
Forward
Dawn.
Unto Dawn,
But they
yeah.
had episodes. They had a Halo show with episodes, and
Well,
All of those all
kind
feel
of.
like fan flicks
They
to
do.
me.
They do.
Like they don't feel like what a Halo movie should be.
No, not even close. Well, it's because none of them really featured Master Chief.
No, I mean there was
The only one that
the original like live action TV series or whatever you want to call it had like Halo or Master Chief fighting a hunter or something like that, and it was like basically in the dark, like it kind of flashed a couple of times
because
It was
they
like,
didn't have.
oh
the,
man, that's Master Chief, but
they didn't have
that
the
was
budget
it.
for the special
yeah,
effects.
exactly.
You know?
It's got some good people behind it, though. So 343 Industries is producing it.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing. Amblin is also producing it.
Steven Spielberg's
Yep, Steven
company.
Spielberg's company. And the showrunner is Kyle Killen, and Rupert Wyatt is going to be directing a handful of episodes. He's a pretty good director. He did Rise of the Planet of the Apes, among other things.
Yeah. No, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I think
Halo
great.
Halo Nightfall. That was the TV
Nightfall,
show that
yeah.
they came
Nightfall,
out with
yeah.
already.
With Luke Cage in it.
Yeah,
the
Luke
guy.
Cage, yeah.
I forget his name off the top of my head.
Coulter,
Michael Coulter.
Mike Coulter.
Yeah.
That one wasn't bad.
That one was actually probably the best one they did.
I mean, I'm actually been since there's been such a Halo famine. I
take
suck up anything I can. Like I'm just like with a straw where I'm just like,
You know what? At this point, all 10 of these episodes will air before we have a new Halo game.
You are right.
so
very
true. But yeah, they did that. And then, did you guys ever listen to the SoundCloud thing that they produced for the
Oh,
Halo
yeah.
stuff? That was
It
amazing.
was really good until the second season.
Yeah, the second season kind of wasn't great, but the first season,
First season was so good.
and then the first few episodes of the second season. What's that called? What was it called? It was called. I can't remember. I'll find it. And I'll tell you.
Waypoint?
Yeah.
No, Waypoint was how you could access it on your Xbox if you wanted.
Owen, why do you attach yourself to things you know will disappoint you?
I don't know. I've got so many.
Ouch.
It's just who I am. How can I be bitter and withdrawn if I have nothing to be bitter and withdrawn about? I mean, I'm sure I'd find a way.
He's
but-
got a good point.
So the original Halo movie that was supposed to happen, it was going
That
to
one
be a
had-
joint venture between Universal and Warner Brothers, I believe.
And it had Peter Jackson behind it.
yeah, and they were going to have why am I forgetting his
Neil
name?
Blomkamp.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp was going to do it, and that failure basically is what led to District 9.
Yep.
Now, District 9 was amazing, and it felt like a Halo.
It did, didn't it? Right?
Halo-ish movie.
Like all the tech was already built.
Yeah.
Like they even said that the costume design and like the tech involved was like designed for Halo that they
So
dropped out.
If they can make something along the lines of that, I'm all for it.
Yeah. I will say that the fact that it's on Showtime makes me happy.
That's true.
'Cause that means-
because it won't be watered down.
Yeah, they're not
or
gonna water it
PG-13
down.
or
And yeah, you
something
could
like
finally
that.
get that Master Chief one-on-one action you've been dreaming of.
Hunt the Truth.
Hunt the Truth.
Hunt
That's
the
what it was
Truth. If
called,
you
yeah.
haven't listened
a-
to Hunt the Truth,
It was a podcast they did.
yeah. If you haven't listened to Hunt the Truth, go listen to it. Then play Halo 5 and realize that nothing in Hunt the Truth came through, and you'll be so disappointed because
Yep.
that was such a hype train. I was like, Halo 5 is going to be the best game I've ever played because Hunt the Truth
This
makes me want to
lead-up is-
laugh and cry.
This
and
lead-up
like,
is so good.
Halo 5 was not that great.
Well, your first hint should have been how a quarter of the way through the second season, like they totally shifted gears.
Yeah.
And completely changed what it
Like
was
start
about.
tying this up and turning it off
Yeah.
because we're gonna let you finish this up because there's so much. It was actually really popular at the time because everybody was like Halo, 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 that they didn't want to just like turn it off.
Yeah.
But
and
they
then
definitely pooped on the ending.
And then they knew that this has nothing to do with
Yeah.
Halo 5, so we really need to
Almost like
have
it was
a
like
clean cut.
Almost like it was like this leverage. There's these people that wanted to write the story and be like, this is what the story should be.
No, they probably wrote an email telling them what the story was going to be for Halo 5, and it got stuck in their outbox. So
Yeah.
the guys at 343 didn't know what to do, so they just made up their own story.
There's like nobody's helping us. Let's just do this on our own, guys.
The worst part about that too was Michael Coulter was the other main character you played, but he was busy doing other stuff, so they used his likeness,
But not his voice.
Not his voice. So it's a different
Are you
guy's
serious?
voice. Yeah, you
I
never.
don't.
noticed?
I don't remember that.
It's a different guy's voice.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. But I still like that game. Let's see. We need to talk about Nope, that was the worst segue ever. I thought there was something that.
Do you know what?
led
Do
into
you know
that.
what would save the Segway? Talking about the Segway Drift W1 eSkates.
Whoa.
We need a segue into the Segway Drift.
Ah, yes, saved it. All right, so Segway, you know those horrible hoverboards that everyone fell off of?
I loved watching those
because
videos.
they were impossible to ride,
And their batteries exploded.
Yeah, and the batteries exploded.
They ruined people's lives.
If I sound a little bit bitter, because I fell off one and bruised my hip so bad.
Didn't you break your phone too?
No,
No, that wasn't one of the times.
I did break my phone, but that wasn't the reason.
Oh, okay.
You're fearless when it comes to trying and breaking tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Drones.
drones.
So
Hoverboards,
Segway, they looked at the
phones.
hoverboard and they thought, we can make this harder. We can make this so much more dangerous. So what this is, they're eSkates. Essentially, you put your
Oh,
feet
good.
on these self-balancing skates. It only has one wheel, nothing to strap your feet in, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, why would you want to be strapped into something that you're going to tip over on?
Yeah, well, I guess you're either strapped into something you're going to tip over, or you're going to tip over anyway without being strapped into something. Anyway, you just step onto these one-wheeled devices and you go.
And they're not connected.
They're not connected
Oh
in
my-
any way.
So that's what they took out. The one part that made the hoverboards okay was that at least your feet couldn't go in different directions.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Dude, this thing is going to have some of
Awesome.
the best fail videos
Yeah.
we will ever see.
Truth.
It looks super fun, and if you have that kind of talent, it'd be awesome. But there's no possible way.
No.
99%
They're
of the
bringing-
world
they're
is going to
bringing
be able
roller-
to ride
They're
this
bringing
thing.
bringing skating back.
Yeah, like even the people writing this in the official video, they're kind of wobbling at some points. So
That is a highly edited video.
yeah,
Wow. There are going to be so many people like doing the splits and things like that.
Oh, I can't wait.
like these people in
Thank
the
you,
video, they're
YouTube.
like moving their arms to balance themselves at some point. It's
But they
kinda
turn it
funny.
into a sexy dance on the
Yeah,
video.
they
Or they're
do.
like, just kidding, that was me just la la la.
I did that on purpose.
But they're not out yet. They're just kind of talking about it right now.
Like, let's see the ridicule factor and
Yeah.
then decide if we're going to pursue it.
That's see how the little reveal goes over on YouTube. See what the comments say. I did want to talk about this though. Mention Amazon Prime Day's coming up. Owen,
Boo.
Prepare to be
No.
disappointed.
I know. So this is my question. Black Friday has taught me a lot. Daily deal hunting because of Jarron. Actually, Jarron just does it for me, and then if there's anything good, he just posts it, and I'm like, whoa.
I like making people spend their money.
I don't know. Do you guys think? And listeners, feel free to chime in. Is there such thing as a deal anymore? Are you saving money?
the deals are random.
Right?
Usually,
accidental. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not usually, but I'd say there's a good portion of
So
accidental.
like this
ones.
is what I define as a deal now. The company has too much stock and they need shelving room, so they sell last year's model at like 20% off or something. Like,
Or
but nothing planned. Like Black Friday, Amazon Prime Day, pretty much from November to January. All those sales are basically tricks, right?
I think the best deals are the companies who are trying to attract users to their storefront, like Google Express, eBay. Like eBay, they have 20% off coupons sometimes.
Yeah.
See,
And
now that definitely
you
is
can
right
get
there.
whatever you want for 20% off.
That's
on
how I got
eBay.
my Xbox One X.
Google Express yesterday had a 25% off coupon on anything you wanted. I bought a Dyson V10. That thing never goes on sale. I got it for $350, normally $500.
Wow.
I fully agree that like Black Friday and Prime Day are
Gimmicks.
they're definitely gimmicks. I mean, if you look at Black Friday ads across all of the companies, like Walmart, Target, whatever, they're all selling basically the same exact thing at the same price. So that's got to be
Because it's
coming
regulated
from,
by
like,
the
high up.
Yeah, it's regulated from the supplier.
Yeah.
Right. The supplier says, okay, we've got 500 TVs to sell at this price.
You're only partially right, actually. Companies like Walmart set their own prices quite a bit, and they basically tell a lot of these manufacturers, if you want to be on our shelf, you will sell us,
They call that
50,000 of these at this price. So we
Purchasing
can sell,
power.
yeah, purchasing power. So there is that to take into account. And the one thing I will disagree on with Prime Day is watch the digital comics, books, and Audible. You'll get a deal on those.
Oh, okay.
But those,
So like
those
services.
are Amazon services.
Right. But
Oh.
I mean, it's a service. It's through their service, but you buy it and it's yours. It's not like a subscription.
It's true.
So you'll be able to find. I'll bet you'll be able to find quite a bit of full-size graphic novels for like less than $5.
I mean, the other thing, I guess Amazon services where they control the stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like the Echo or the Echo Dot.
Yeah, you'll find a good deal on their own hardware.
On their own stuff, you'll find it. I guess, and
That's
so it's
true.
coming up. It's coming up July 16th, and it's actually going to be for a day and a half this time.
There's already stuff going on that's like the lead up.
Yeah, and I
Right.
feel like all that's released through back channels to get released and leaked into like, hey, here's the deals that are coming out, and so they fire up that hype train and get people on board.
I would suggest to follow Slick Deals because
That's where the good deals will be.
the real deals on Amazon Prime will surface up on Slick Deals, and
Those are crowdsourced, so that's why I like them.
But-
Another really good Twitter account to follow if you're interested at all in tech or video games is Wario64.
yeah, I follow him. He's pretty good.
He is spot on with deals.
The one downside about waiting for slick deals is a lot of the times, if it's a really good deal, by the time it hits the front page, it's sold
Yeah.
out.
I
True.
think that's
why
why
you don't go by the front page.
I think that's what happened.
Well, you go by the popular page, but
Yep.
even then, a lot of the time, it'll sell out within 5 minutes.
Well, if you're specifically looking for something, you need to put in a deal alert
definitely,
Yes.
yeah. No, you're right there.
because then it won't sell out because you'll get a deal alert.
And that's what I would say for all of these deal days in general, Prime, Black Friday, whatever. Have in mind already what you need to buy or want to buy. And if you find an actual good deal, then you scored.
Yeah.
But never just be like, I have $100 to blow that I need to buy something on those deals, on those deal days, because you'll end up paying. You're not going to get a deal on just random stuff.
I still feel that Prime Day is just them emptying their warehouse.
Oh, for sure, a little bit. I would agree.
I mean, the
But that's-
first Prime Day, I went through probably 500 pages of so-called deals, and I did not see one thing that I was like, yeah, I legitimately want that.
I
But
bought a refurbished fan on the first Prime Day.
this guy.
It's like $15.
I will say, though, that's where the digital stuff comes in because they look at it and be like, what do we have a bunch of licenses for? And they'll put stuff on sale like that because, and the stuff that you buy through the digital, whatever, front page or whatever is your music, books, comic books, games. And that's the kind of stuff that they're going to deeply discount because they don't need to. They don't have any storage on it. They're not paying for any overhead, so they can discount it a ton on that kind of stuff. But those are impulse buy level items anyway.
Maybe they'll do some Whole Foods connection this time. They're marching towards that,
Yeah, that
integrating
would be-
Whole Foods into stuff. Now they've got that as in their pocket.
That
Maybe
would be interesting.
You see like Prime Day giving you like $100 off or something on food from Whole Foods.
Oh, which
means just normal price for other food.
Which reminds me, they already did that with Twitch when they bought Twitch. Now, if you're a Prime member, you have Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime, yeah.
And also, they're having deals like not deals, but like every 4 days for the next 2 weeks, they're giving away free games.
They're all like indie games, though. Nothing I haven't been too interested in.
There are a couple of old school Neo Geo ones that I've seen.
Yeah,
that I was
there's some
interested
good
in,
stuff.
But other than that,
I can't remember what it was the first 3 days they gave away that I didn't get, and I was kind of ticked because it was a good game. I can't remember. Anyway.
boo, Amazon. Boo.
Okay. I don't really care, honestly, what they do.
I just
but,
wish there was like a Black Friday or a Amazon Prime Day where there was an item that was, in my shopping cart that
Right.
I legitimately have been wanting to get. But, like you said earlier, it's just, oh, whoa, that thing's on sale. That looks cool. I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anytime you see marketing towards a sale coming up, this probably should be your first clue
Yeah.
that it's not going to be a great deal. That it's very manufactured.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Going back to games a little bit, was it Naughty Dog explained Nathan Drake's health
This
bar?
is so cool.
This is so random that they would actually make a statement about this.
Well, they didn't. It was, I think, an old employee.
Oh, was it
that
one of the
did
old
Yeah.
employees? They explained that Naughty Dog doesn't give Drake a health bar or a health meter. It's actually a
He's
luck
just luck.
meter. So as the screen reddens and shakes, you're not actually getting hit by bullets. At that point, your luck meter is running out, and you will get hit by a bullet eventually, and that's what drops you. What a weird way to explain it, you know?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
they didn't explain it. It was just a little
It actually
nugget of information.
It actually makes more sense that way because you sit there and you're watching like, how can a guy that doesn't have any abilities above that of a normal person besides obscene amounts of grip strength for climbing, how can he get shot 19 times and hide behind a barrel and then
but in the
be fine?
cutscene when he gets punched or something, it really hurts.
Exactly. Yeah. So that actually makes a lot of sense with the luck thing. I thought that was pretty funny. Randle, you went to Infocomm.
I did
a little while back.
Yeah,
what's Infocomm?
Infocomm is it's a
trade show.
Yeah, it's a trade show. It's kind of like, why am I blanking on the one you went
CES?
to? Yeah, it's like CES, but it's geared just towards people who work in the AV industry, which I do. And probably the coolest thing that I saw, and the only reason why I brought it up is because I feel it's still relevant, but it was the Sony CLEDIS wall. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I just think of CLEDIS.
Oh, we saw that
Yoko.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean,
It's micro LED.
Yeah.
Basically is what it is.
but man, that thing was the most impressive thing I've seen.
It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I sat there and stared at this 4K demo video that they had running on it for, gosh, probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just sitting there staring at it. And what's amazing is, you know, the entire wall is just made up of these little panels that are about the size of a cell phone. And you can't even tell what it is until the screen goes black and you walk up to 3 or 4 feet away from the wall. And then you can see, oh, yeah, there's these little panels. But, you know, you stand 15 feet away and this thing is literally seamless.
Yep.
And it's amazing.
I don't think it's 100% seamless. We saw seams on Samsung's The Wall, and once you see the seams, you can't unsee them.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing seams on the Sony one 2 years ago.
The Sony one, you literally cannot see them unless you're standing up close to it. And for a video wall, I think that's amazingly impressive, and I see it going even further into
Movie
replacing
theaters.
Movie theaters, home theaters, whatever you want to do. Instead of saying oh, I want to get an 86-inch TV, it's, oh, I'm going to buy a bundle of 100 of these tiles and make my own screen however big.
After 100 hours of work of trying to put everything together.
Yeah.
This is the worst jigsaw puzzle ever.
And the problem with stuff like that is you can write an article about it, you can take pictures of it and stuff, but none of it will ever actually do it justice unless you're standing there staring at it with your own two eyes.
Yeah, the one thing that I noticed about the Samsung one at CES was, other than the seam that I found, that thing puts off a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Could you feel the heat
that's
on the
actually
Sony
one
one?
thing that they talk about in the article that I put in the show notes is you literally need an industrial cooling system just to keep that thing running.
Which would make noise.
Right. Unless you do it far away and have it pipe in
you just have to use air exchangers.
air exchangers, yeah.
But still, that kind of takes it out of the running for any type of private use.
I wonder how much more that would cost to run than a projector.
At this point, I'm sure it's quite a bit more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the technology will come down in price.
That's going to be the future of movie theaters.
I think so too, eventually, because you get the crystal clear picture. Mm-hmm. There's no bulb to worry about on the projector. You get infinite blacks because the source of the picture is the actual pixel itself, the source of the picture and the light. So you get infinite contrast.
It's interesting to think that we think of LEDs as so efficient right now, but they're not efficient enough to stop these huge displays from producing a ton of heat.
Right.
And if anything goes bad, you just pop the tile out and replace it with a new one. I mean, it's not like your entire system goes down.
Right.
So, that was probably the most techie thing I've done in the last couple of months. So I just wanted to brag about it.
Pretty neat. Well done, sir. Well done.
No, thank you.
All right. I want. Let's see. What was this thing you got about Comcast ISPs on here, Owen?
Oh, just the falling apart of net neutrality, right? This is like some of the signs that we kind of talked about and predicted. So
And they're not ISPs; they're douchey ISPs.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I didn't read it right.
yeah, it
Douchey
needed that.
ISPs.
It needed that adjective. Anyway, you know how they all signed up and they're like, we would never betray net neutrality. Net neutrality is we would always upkeep that. And then as soon as Gadget Pi got in and they were like talking about like getting rid of net neutrality, all of them like removed their remarks.
Yeah.
They were like,
They
We
all
never-
altered
they
their
were-
terms
yeah,
of
they're like-
service.
yeah, they were
gave
like,
a big
no,
middle
we
finger
never
to
said that.
everyone.
Yeah. Well, so it begins, you know, now Comcast Xfinity, I guess, or no, it's not, who is it? It's Comcast.
Comcast on here.
Yeah, it's Comcast. So on mobile video, which is where I consume most of my video, right, through Facebook or through YouTube, like
Right.
whatever. If you want HD streams and you're on that, they're gonna start throttling it down to lower quality.
Oh, you're talking about their Xfinity Mobile?
Xfinity Mobile.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a service they own already, but they're gonna start charging extra for HD streams.
HD.
Yeah.
Not even like
Not even 4K.
4K.
Or anything
Yeah.
like
We're just
that.
talking about HD.
So you get to watch 480p,
Oh, my God.
and that's it. So
Let's rewind 7 years with video technology because of this horrible law that was passed.
That's exactly what they're saying, basically.
Yep.
if you want it, look what you got a taste of it, and now we're going to take it away and
taking
make
it
you
away.
pay for it. Can you go back to watching 480p? I couldn't.
Dude,
Oh.
it sucks because when the image is compressed that much for mobile streaming, 480p comes out looking like all the blacks are crushed and the sharpness has gone out of the picture. The colors just get all blotchy.
Yeah, so it's just it's kind of the way this is the model, and this is what people that predicted like that there was money to be made with net neutrality out of the way, and this just kind of shows that those companies have been thinking and planning that, and you know, like it's just coming to fruition. Just
Collusion.
It's just sad.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been colluding.
I mean, it's the same exact thing that you see with the oil industry.
And I
It's
think
the
that
same
I
kind of
think
thing.
I think a lot of the other service providers are just trying to find a way to quietly do it, because
Oh, definitely.
there's still a lot of PR out there. California just passed a law that their state is going to honor net neutrality, even though the government's not. So if you want to do business over there, you got to follow the old net neutrality
Good for them.
stuff.
Utah, do it.
Yeah.
get on
So, but yeah, I think companies are quietly trying to figure out a way to do it without the bad press, because there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of people that just click yes through terms of service and don't care that that they have to pay a little more when they shouldn't have to.
Mm-hmm. We got to talk about this because I'm such an NVIDIA fanboy. So all signs look like they're pointing to new GPUs really soon.
Didn't the CEO just like
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago say we're not going to release
buy
new
all of
video
our old
cards?
stuff.
There's a long way off, is what he said. New GPUs are a long way
Yeah,
off.
except for now.
Now, usually,
Long is relative.
Yeah,
Apparently
exactly.
4 weeks.
I don't like commenting. I don't like us doing stories on rumors and speculation, but this is coming up from so many different sources.
Right?
That it's almost looking like a guarantee.
And I remember when I said, I was like, do you think he's just like shilling the industry, trying to get them to buy the rest of the, because they went through this shortage, right? And NVIDIA put on the gas. They were like, get that NAND memory, freaking make more GPUs, because
the miners want them.
the miners want them.
We're
Our
gonna
stock
sell
is
'em.
flying.
Yep.
Get more. And then crypto died off.
Yep.
And they went, we have all this stock.
Well, there was a manufacturer. They didn't say which one, but news sources said there was a manufacturer that sent back 300,000 GPUs to NVIDIA. Wow. 300,000 GPUs because they're like, we can't
sell 'em.
There's no way we're going to sell this
It's
many.
because it got close to the next gen, and everybody just held their breath.
Yep.
Everybody stopped buying because they're like, no, just miners want better performance, gamers want better graphics,
Yep.
so that everybody just went, I'm not buying any more GPUs until the next gen.
NVIDIA just needs to manipulate the Bitcoin price again like they did last year.
Yeah.
Do it.
So-
Come on. I have some I want to sell.
So now they've got their next gen. There's rumors. Obviously, this is still technically rumors because whatever, but it's coming from a lot of sources that they've got a back stock of over 1 million
Yep.
raw parts for their next gen GPUs. ready to go. So this time they're ready for
man.
their launch. They're not. They're going to try and
Which is the complete opposite of how their launches usually go.
Yeah.
Usually they launch and the quantity is so limited that even taking away the miners, you still saw all the new GPUs sell out instantly whenever NVIDIA launched a new
and then they would just
architecture.
and then they would just trickle them out.
And then yes, exactly.
You know, a parcel at a time to keep the flow going. But
It feels like you just got your TIs. Are you gonna wait out this generation?
As of right now, I plan on waiting out this generation and buying the next one, unless the TIs for the new generation just completely blow mine out of the water.
right.
You'll have new TIs within 6 months.
And they do the same type of
It's
buyback
true.
pro. Didn't they do some sort of deal?
Oh yeah, well that was EVGA
Okay,
specifically, not
right.
NVIDIA.
Okay.
EVGA is one of their biggest board partners.
Yeah.
And they have their step up program where
Right,
you can
right.
buy something, and if within 60 days you decide I wish I would have spent more money and got the bigger version, you can send your GPU back, pay the difference, and they'll send you the bigger one.
Right.
Now I learned my lesson because I did that 3 times.
So did I.
So just start
Well,
big. Just start big.
Let me rephrase that. The first time I did it was because NVIDIA or EVGA was having some issues with their VRM temperatures on
You had to
their
do that
on their
hack, right?
1080s.
Yeah.
And so they offered we'll upgrade your 1080s with this new version that we have now for I think it was
The
like $50 or something.
FTW2.
Yeah, for the FTW2 with the ICX cooling sensors for $50 or whatever it was. We'll send you the new one. You send us your old car. So I did that first, and then within 60 days they announced the 1080 Ti's, and so technically I hadn't used my step up yet,
Right.
Because it was
That was
more of
almost
a RMA
exchange.
style almost.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, I got my step up still in effect. So then I paid another $100 or whatever and got the Ti's. So, I mean, I don't regret my decision.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
Don't get
say-
me wrong. I don't regret my decision at all. But it has taught me that I'm not going to buy anything besides the highest end TIs
Yeah.
if I can afford it when they announce those, because they'll do the same thing. They'll announce the 70s and the 80s, 1170 or 2070 or whatever they're going to call it. They'll announce the 1170 and the 1180, and then 6 months from now they'll say, "Oh, here's the 1180 Ti."
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to wait and see. But as of right now, my plan is to not do anything and wait for, 2 years from now.
See,
So-
and I went through all that.
You
just
did it
because,
too, yeah.
Just because Tony told me to.
Do you regret it?
No,
See?
not at all.
Well, it's
Yeah.
so
And most of it's just bragging rights. Like all these
Right?
people I work with, I tell them I built a computer about a year ago, and they're like, "Oh, what graphics card? Oh, I got a 1080 Ti."
Just one?
I know. I'm nothing,
Only
nothing
one?
compared to Tony over here with 2 of them.
That's when I talk to people that are into the PC gaming, that you always got to compare. You got to compare the EPeen and
digital.
I just got what that was.
Oh, good.
I'm a little slow, man.
and so they're always like, oh yeah, I got the Intel whatever CPU blah blah blah, and oh, I got like a 980 or I got a 1070. What do you got? Well, I got 2 1080 Ti's. What?
What?
You have 2? Yeah.
And you're outside of your room talking to me right now?
right? The graphics in my computer are almost as good as real life. So, anyway, it really is kind of almost just bragging rights at that point.
so with the flooding over in the China region,
Japan?
No, so it's
Is
over.
there flooding in China too?
So
Because
in
there's some intense
China's
flooding.
bad
the
flooding happening in
the
southern Japan.
Yeah.
Sichuan province has been hit by major flooding.
Okay.
That region alone counts for almost 70% of the mining operations
Oh,
of crypto mining.
that's right.
Yeah.
I saw a
So
picture.
this has led to massive drops in the global hash rate. So if you're on NiceHash and you've been wondering why you're making a little bit more right now,
Oh, I got to start Nice Hash.
because
I just turned it off. Dang
because
it.
the
Of
demand.
course.
We always wait for Jarron to stop doing crypto or sell his crypto so that the price will go up.
Yeah.
And crypto, you sold your Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and now it's at like almost up to 7,000 again.
yeah, it's gone up quite a bit in the last couple of days.
Because these floods have kind of knocked out some of the really big farms down there.
Now that you've said that, I remember seeing a screenshot of it was outside of a big building. There was the ground littered with Bitmain
Yeah.
miners
Yep.
and graphics cards, and I was
Yep.
like, what the crap? Because it flooded. That makes a lot of sense now.
Yep. So it says all major Taiwanese-based graphic card manufacturers were expecting a 40% drop in shipments, but this could change things. So that new stock, they might wait. I don't know. Maybe NVIDIA's like, oh, good, somebody will buy our GPUs from the last generation, the current gen GPUs that we stockpiled, trying to think. Anyway,
Are you starting your mine up over here?
Yeah, I'm starting mining right now.
It's too hot.
You be quiet.
You don't start that while we're recording. Also, it's noisy.
The money.
Randle, unplug his PSU.
here's the thing.
Don't you dare.
Here's the thing. It's only like
It's only up to
it's
like
only
a
like
dollar a card
It's only
now.
like $1 a card now.
Oh, it was $2 before that.
Yeah.
Try it out. Try it
went-
out. I'm not sure.
The flooding happened like a week ago or a week and a half ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't within the last few days, so it's not going to be any different
Jared is
than when you turned
literally
it
starting
off
up his
yesterday.
miner. He's like, no.
I will turn that off if you try to mine while we
I'm just
really
curious.
record.
I'm just curious, baby. I'm just curious.
Don't call me baby ever
bad.
again.
It's okay. It's okay, baby. So like
did
right
feel a
now,
little creepy.
Super.
miner only. I have two 1070s. Mine are only making $1.90 a day.
That's what it was before. That didn't go up at all.
Well, it depends. Maybe they're getting their rigs back online because it's been a week.
Yeah.
And those people have bills to pay.
That's true.
So
Yeah, you might as well just turn it off. Look, you're only making 29 cents right now.
yeah.
Good
Not
job.
worth it.
No,
Oh,
$1.93.
there you go.
Oh, baby. I'm in the money.
$1.93. Come on, hit $2.
Are
$1.99.
we seriously going to sit here and watch this nonsense? Oh, it went down. $1.70.
That's it. I'm pulling the plug.
Anyway, I mean, that's the same. That's the picture they have. The picture they have in this article is that picture you've seen, where it's like, I mean, it's like waist deep of Bitmain miners.
Yeah.
In this picture,
It's
in the
crazy.
show notes, you should gotta go see that tweet. It is insane to see all those GPUs and Bitmain miners that are just. It's ridiculous. Anyway, it's
Also, we got to talk about this because it's one of the funniest things you've ever written in here in our show notes, Owen. Study shows if you buy Apple products, you're rich, which also shows that Apple overcharges for their crap.
yeah. So there's a study that was done that said that it's not a pure science, but it's a very strong indicator.
Does that mean there's no science behind it at all?
Maybe, but I liked it because I don't like Apple very much.
I support this.
But if they show that if you own an Apple or like an iPad or research, so the heading of the article is this: researchers find that owning an iPhone or iPad is the #1 way to guess if you're rich or not.
Wow.
How many Apple devices do you own, Jarron?
Too many to count. But
So-
do you know what that means?
So rich.
It means the products are so good, the
No.
market is willing to pay
No.
a higher price
No.
for them.
So
How else do you
rich.
explain
It
Apple
means
being
that-
the richest company in the world?
We got that bang coming out of it.
Jarron is so rich.
But it just shows that Apple knows the power of branding, and they know the power of marketing, and they know that people with money will spend more for a product they believe
Do I
to
own
be
an
better.
Apple? Do I own an Apple television? I don't think so.
They don't exist.
Apple
so,
TV?
Oh,
Let's count.
Wait a minute.
Let's count your products. Apple TV.
2 of them.
Okay, 2.
2.
iPhones.
X.
Does my wife count?
It counts
Yeah,
because you would have
absolutely.
bought one on your own.
Okay, 2.
Okay.
So there's 4.
iPad.
2.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
Earbuds. AirBuds.
AirPods, man.
AirPods.
Get it
Whatever.
right. Yes.
Seriously.
So yes. So there's 8.
MacBooks, computers, any of that?
MacBook.
MacBook Pro.
MacBook Pro, yeah.
Oh.
9.
So
You guys are forgetting the HomePod. Come on.
Oh, there's the 10. There's
yeah.
the double
the
digit.
one product nobody buys except for the true Apple fans.
the ones that think that it's better.
And let's not forget the digital services.
All right.
I pay.
You know what? Actually, as of now, I will never knock their digital services because I think those are a good value. And honestly, I think their phone's a good value too because they update their OS on it for so long.
Yeah.
So it says there are details and caveats to the research, but the economists found that owning an iPhone gave them a 69% chance to correctly infer that the owner was high income. Sorry, you didn't see
69?
the. You didn't
There
see
were
the
quotes.
I
You
like
didn't see the
those
air. You didn't
odds.
see the air quotes. High income, air quotes, which they defined as being in the top quartile of income for households of that type.
Dang, Jarron.
So
I didn't know he was so rich.
rich. Anyway, it just shows that Apple knows how to market.
Yeah, they do.
They have people
Well,
believing they have a better product.
The ultimate.
Because they do have a better product.
You don't get to say with 10 Apple devices, you actually don't get to
Tony,
have an opinion.
do you own an Apple TV?
Yes, I do.
Do you own an iPad?
I do.
Okay.
But that's where it ends.
Have you owned an iPhone before?
Long time ago. No, you want the absolute proof of that, though, is you look at Apple's, the Apple Watch Gold Edition they came out with. It was $10,000. When did they come out? That 3 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years
ridiculous.
ago for $10,000, and it sold. People bought it.
Even I have my limits.
And guess what? It is not getting the latest versions of Apple Watch
They're
OS.
not doing it for that one?
Nope.
Ooh.
So it
Because
is
it had a weak processor in it.
so it is now
Why would you buy $10,000 for something that'll be obsolete? 2
Because
years
it's
ago?
Apple.
Because Apple told you it was better,
Yep.
and you believed it. Whoever you were that bought them, I'm
$10,000.
not sorry.
$10,000 for a watch that is no good now.
Anyway, so if you see somebody with loads of Apple products, if you're a robber, that's a good indicator. If you're
Owen, shut up. By the way, I'm getting an alarm system. Literally 2 days from now.
Jarron has 10
I didn't
devices, so
I didn't know that Apple made an alarm system.
if they had an Apple house,
No.
Jarron would buy it.
But Ring does. It's finally out. We were going to talk about this last week, but E3 covered all the news.
Yeah.
The alarm system they announced last year, they finally got through their lawsuits, and it's coming out. It's $200 for a pretty good alarm system.
Woo woo. I will be interested in that as well. Okay. Let's continue on with, I guess, more Sweet Universe justice.
Where's that? Oh, wait. I put that in here.
Yeah, you did. Man trying to take upskirt photos with
yeah.
a shoe camera.
His camera exploded.
His camera
and burned his
exploded.
foot. And he went to the doctor. And the
How do you
doctor
explain that?
He's like, it burned me. And then he went to his religious aficionado. And
Tell
the guy
the
was
story.
like,
Tell the story.
okay, sorry. So this guy was doing upskirt videos,
Being a
creeper,
pervert.
man. This man in Wisconsin. His plan was to use shoe camera to take photos. When it was foiled, when the battery exploded.
Good.
And he got treatment for minor burns, and then he went to his local clergyman.
Mm-hmm.
And
He wasn't in on it too, was he?
No, the clergyman was like,
good.
"Well, we don't know," but the clergyman was like, "Dude, you got to tell the police." I kind of have to tell the police.
Good.
Anyway, but he told him to go turn himself in.
And he did.
Apparently, this story got out. I don't know how else that happened.
That's a good point.
If that was me, and I'm not saying that I'm a creeper like that, but that truth would get buried deep. I'd be like, yeah, I'll go tell the police right now.
Owen, why is your foot torn off, honey?
I was welding without my welder boot.
Accidentally welded my toe.
I dropped my welder thing, and it burned my foot.
What really sucks, though, is the guy got away with it.
Yeah, so since he technically didn't...
Yeah, it said he was never able to take any illicit photos before the camera blew up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
And-
believe that.
And so the police said, you could have potentially gotten 3.5 years in prison.
Yeah.
But because you failed at...
Because your new
doing
phone burned
this.
your foot.
Yeah.
Because you know that
This is number
not
4 or 5
yeah.
iteration of cameras that he's been
Yeah.
using.
So anyway,
I didn't know that he got off.
Yeah.
That sucks.
yeah. So he didn't get any, but just was
Nice choice of words.
but
Not what I meant.
but he turned himself in, and that's a real breed of stupid. Maybe his clergyman
I
said
was going to say his clergyman must have
must
been
have been like he must have been like
you don't turn
either-
yourself in, you're going straight to hell.
yeah,
I'm
or
sorry.
or he said I have to.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because hell's still not scary as 3 years in jail because hell may or may not exist to this guy.
Jail exists for sure.
Yeah, for sure. There is that fun stuff. Anyway,
Oh, man, that's crazy. Let's see. A brief announcement that speaking of Smash Ultimate from earlier in the podcast a little bit, there have been 80 stages confirmed for Smash Ultimate.
That's awesome.
That is so great.
Yeah, I hope there's no lava worlds because they're always the worst.
Those are always the Metroid stages
Yep,
that
the
make you
Metroid
want to
stages.
tear
Yep.
your face off.
Yeah.
But I also read though that there's going to be a setting, and I don't think this was in any of the previous Smash Brothers, but there will be a setting so that you can disable environmental dangers.
Ooh.
So you can turn.
I like that.
You should be able to turn off lava. You can turn off like the tree that blows you off the course.
Kid mode.
Bring on the
also
lava, then.
Owen
In
mode.
Kirby. Yeah.
Owen mode right there.
So.
But would that just turn lava stages into pits?
Yeah, basically.
Because like lava stages, I mean, you
Oh,
at
that's
least
true. There's-
you at
there's
least still
two
have,
sides to that.
You at least still have the chance of hitting the lava, taking damage, and bouncing back up.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Hopefully, it just removes the rising part of the
Yeah.
lava.
There's so many rumors about that game.
I know. Everyone just like any scrap they can find,
Yeah.
these news outlets will report on it.
I mean, I guess one of the big ones that I've heard is that they're going to include a Castlevania character, like one of the Belmonts in
Ooh.
it. And I would love that because I'm a huge Castlevania fan. And this rumor is coming from a guy who supposedly leaked before Nintendo announced that Ridley from Metroid was going to be one of the new characters. And so everyone's like, this guy's credible. So
That would be
That
great.
could be awesome.
In real life fighting, China has announced, or I guess it leaked out of their military program. I don't know, but it's a laser AK-47.
Oh my gosh.
It
This
looks
is so cool.
It's awesome.
How does this work? I mean, honestly,
They're calling it a laser assault rifle, and it's non-lethal in quotes, but it sounds very lethal to me.
Yeah,
Set fire to targets a kilometer away.
They mentioned
Uh,
like instant carbonization of skin and particles. And
But
stuff
it's
like that.
non-lethal. So
It burns through clothes in a split second if the fabric is flammable.
oh
can you
geez.
imagine,
So
but there's so
I-
much polyester over there. That's just like setting something on fire.
How much fabric out there that normal people wear isn't flammable?
I know.
First time that gets fired,
I know.
it gets banned by the Geneva Convention. Like
Nothing-
that's how this goes.
Nothing that I wear is flammable.
The article says if the fabric is flammable, the whole person will be set on fire.
Wow. That's got to be a mistranslation.
It's not lethal though.
Chinese like, wait, they translated that. How'd they? What? No.
And in addition to the non-lethality of it, it says the pain will be beyond endurance.
Well, wouldn't that mean you would die from the pain because you couldn't endure it?
I think they must have mistranslated.
It's gotta
that.
be.
Oh,
So
that's good though.
it's a 15 millimeter caliber weapon. It weighs 6.6 pounds, about the same as an AK-47. Not heavy.
No,
really.
that's really not.
Has a range of 800 meters or half a mile. Could be
You could
mounted
shoot somebody with a laser from half a mile away and burn their face off.
could be mounted on cars, boats, and planes.
Well, does it say the power source? Because lasers,
it has
Garrett-
1,000 shots in it.
I guarantee you it's
it
hooked
has a
up.
battery in
1,000
it.
shots.
No way. I guarantee you it's hooked up to a
Gotta be
power
like a
source.
battery pack.
Yeah, or it's
like
gotta
a
be hooked-
backpack or
It
something.
says the rifles will be powered by a rechargeable lithium battery pack, similar to those found in smartphones. Probably bigger though, of course. It can fire more than 1,000 shots, each lasting no more than 2 seconds.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That was my next question: was
The
how
la-
long do you have to keep the laser trained on something until it burns? But apparently,
2
it's
seconds.
instantly.
Yeah.
So
It's
if you
the
have
Spartan laser without the charge.
Yeah.
if you have 100,000 yuan or $15,000, you can be a
buy
proud.
one?
Well, I doubt you could buy one directly,
We
but that's how much it'll cost.
Maybe I gotta start rounding that up.
They need to call it Moonraker.
Unfortunately, only
Oh,
China's
man.
military and police will have them.
The
Unfortunately,
police will have them?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
If China's military and police will have them, that means the black market will have them.
Yes,
too.
that will.
Come on.
That is the black market.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm.
All right, let's see. Was there anything else you guys
Yeah,
wanted to hit on?
I wanted to do that Pokemon Woe.
Oh yeah. So this is just a really brief one. Niantic has shown that Pokemon Go in the last 2 years since it's been out has earned $1.8 billion.
So there's a website called appinstitute.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there, I went to that site about 17 minutes ago and just let it tick. It's got a little timer.
Uh-huh.
It tells you how many downloads they've had since that timer went off,
Uh-huh.
and then how much each game has made.
Uh-huh.
In 17 minutes, Pokemon Go has made $192,000.
Oh, my gosh.
They have Slither, Clash of Clans on there. Candy Crush has made $23,000. But total revenue from these app games is almost $500,000.
How does it get this data?
There's online. It's an API pull.
They scrape something.
They scrape something.
I'd be really surprised if Apple actually let that information go.
Downloads. I think it's coming from the. I think it's coming from the other side, not Apple. I think it's coming from the Niantic.
From the developer.
Yeah.
If that's accurate, that's
because
crazy.
they want to count, because they get to track how many, as part of their advertising, they get to track how many times their game's been downloaded, so they can say
for
this has
sure.
been downloaded over 1 million times. So they definitely get that data. So if they're sharing the data on that side, Apple's out of the picture. Anyway, pretty interesting.
I hate to admit that some of that 1.8 billion has come from me.
Right here, when it first got out, I was so into it. I think I bought I spent about $30 on in-app purchases.
Did you?
Yeah,
On Pokemon Go?
when that first came out. Yeah,
See,
I
if I-
used my Google Play Store credit. I just sold my identity.
yeah.
I just used a different commodity, but I still contributed to
surveys?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
surveys.
When it first came out, I was so into that game. I mean, I would go wander around parks during my lunch break and things
same
like
here.
that.
Yep.
I was like, it's making me healthy. Then I was like, this sucks.
I hate how healthy it's making me.
I fell out really fast from it, but a
Same.
bunch of my coworkers now are big into it.
They picked it up again. Huh?
And I've jumped back on.
oh,
it.
look at this guy!
I know. Dude, yesterday, holy cow, I spent 3 hours at a park for their Squirtle exclusive community day.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I am like big into it again.
I love the title of that.
Yeah, man.
Squirtle Community Exclusive Day.
So the hardcore people, but they just needed to wait. They had to.
Well, I
they had
saw-
to shut. They had to shed a little bit of the chaff.
Yeah, well,
the
I
people
saw
like me.
in the article that I linked to. It also had some what do you call it? Numbers for downloads and active users. So the first month, it was doing 45 million daily users, 45 million active daily users, and about a year after its release, it was down to only 5 million active daily users, which is a huge drop, obviously, but still, you're talking about 5 million people that interact with your game on a daily basis. Yeah. And it's gone up. It's gone up since then because they announced a whole bunch of new stuff for it before E3.
Yep.
So
They pulled all the Randles back in there.
Exactly.
That's right. They did.
I mean, they just announced trading. Like you can trade Pokemon now. That's a really big one.
Do they charge you anything in game credit?
Yeah. To be able to trade, you have to spend dust, whatever it is.
Oh,
I
yep,
can't
yep.
remember.
Yep. It's not gonna be long before that gets monetized into the real world.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yep.
You can already buy dust, can't you?
But like,
with real money?
but like black market Pokemon sales.
Oh my gosh.
You know, kind of like World of Warcraft accounts that
All
got
right,
sold and
so
stuff.
get this. So, the main reason I got pulled back into it is because a couple of people on my team play it, but there's a ton of people at the company that play it, and they've got like a Teams chat going.
No way.
There's a gym at our work, so everyone gets on these team chats. They have their phones running Pokemon all day while we're at work.
Oh my god.
They'll message when things pop. They'll message when a raid's about to happen.
Guys, there's a Pikachu over by the edge of the building.
Exactly.
That was actually some of my
So-
favorite videos to watch in the early days when you would see people because they would
run-
meet up at the
like
park
mad
and they'd
rush,
be like,
yeah.
"There's a Squirtle over there," and
Yeah.
there would be people legit. Like
Yep.
normally you're like, "Oh, this is a flash mob or some sort of video gimmick," but no, these are real people running like maniacs.
Yep.
To catch a Pokemon in
So-
virtual reality.
This guy that I work with, he has a Mr. Mime, which I guess is like a
that rare?
Japan exclusive
Yeah.
Pokemon or something like
How
that.
did he get it?
And everyone was like, "How did you get that?" And he was like, "Okay, I'll tell you what. You go down to Ken Garf Volkswagen or whatever it was. You find this salesman who's got really big buck teeth. He'll sell you a Mr. Mime."
No way.
Yeah, because I guess he went to Japan,
Captured a bunch?
stocked up on a ton of these, and now that trading's available, he's selling them for real world money.
Awesome.
Trading them.
Yep.
Probably
'Cause
paid
it-
for his trip to Japan.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them that are country exclusive. There's
Yeah.
there's one for Australia.
In America, it's the Taurus.
Taurus. Yeah, Taurus.
What did he say? How much they cost?
He didn't say.
Did he
I'm going to ask him tomorrow because I legitimately
And he
wanna
bought
know.
one, obviously.
Yeah, he obviously did.
He's like,
That
I'm not
is
going to buy one of
so-
your cars, but I'm here for the Mr.
That
Mime.
is so funny. Like that. That sounds to me that's like something straight out of a Philip K. Dick novel.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm going to go down to the corner to purchase this virtual item that someone with his handheld computer will put on my handheld computer, and I will pay real money for this. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
I think it's awesome, honestly.
Yeah,
I
and
think
there's
it's great.
they've built it in. How could they ever police that? How
You
could you ever?
can't.
How could you ever police that if you walked up to somebody and said, I will give you $10 for that
There's no way to police that.
Pikachu? You know, there's no way.
That's great.
It's crazy.
Awesome.
Well, that made that article a lot cooler hearing that story than
Pokemon. Whoa.
Yeah, I just put it on there because I was like, that's a lot of money to make in 2 years, because it is.
It is.
You know what's crazy though is they also have breakdown underneath. If you keep scrolling down on the article, you can see the Pokemon Go all-time player spending top 5 countries. U.S. is the top, obviously.
Of course we are.
607 million over the last 2 years. But you look right underneath that, Japan is at 500 million. And how many more people does the U.S. have than Japan? That means the spending per person in Japan is way higher
children.
than it is.
No children. They have a children shortage.
That's true.
So
but
lots
still.
But so
lot of-
many
lot of-
adults
lot of-
are into it. Too.
Well, and a lot of dual incomes over there because their work ethic is so much different than ours.
Right, but you're
So-
still but then your no children comment, I don't think it holds a whole lot of water, because how many children over here have mobile devices and spend money on them?
Children cost money.
Right.
I can't buy what I want in Pokemon Go because I have to buy milk for my kids.
Yeah, but now your kids, not your kids specifically, but
The current U.S. population is 325 million, while Japan is 127.
so that's
So
like
we're almost
3
like
times
a third,
almost.
Yeah.
And they have more spend than us on
And
this game.
they've spent 85% that America has.
Wow.
So
I would do the math there, but I'm bad at it. But there's a percentage there.
yeah, 85.
There's
I
a
just said
there's a
it.
number
Yeah.
somewhere.
Owen still has to do the math on it, though.
Hold on, I'll
Give him 10 minutes.
I'll tweet that out later.
We'll pause the podcast
Hold
and
on.
come back in 12 minutes.
Oh man.
What's 85% with the train leaving the station at 40 miles an hour?
The other one leaves at 32 miles an hour.
Carrying 7 watermelons.
Pokemon Go
Add
leaves Japan.
$10.
The guy goes to Pokemon Go in Japan and
But the plane ride costs $400.
screw this.
Dang it.
I'm gonna have Mountain Dew. That's what I do.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to hit on our list? Anything I haven't mentioned that you wanted to talk about?
I just wanted to mention Summer Games Done Quick. Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
ever watched any of those?
Very, very little.
So this started out, I don't even know, I think it was like 10 years ago. And it was these guys that would do
It's a charity event, right?
speed runs. Yeah, they would
Okay.
do speed runs of video games that they really liked. And it's slowly grown from this webcast in some dude's basement to being like a convention center sized event where they play 150 games for like 9 days straight, 24 hours a day.
But you also have people that do satellite versions of it out there, right?
What do you mean?
You can have people that set up their own, like they can. I swear someone tried to invite me to one once, where they set it up at like a school or something, and it all contributes to the same charity.
I don't know. It might, but as far as I know, like this one,
Maybe I'm thinking of
this
something
one
else.
was in Minnesota. It was at like an event center, and the entire thing is broadcast over YouTube and Switch. And
You mean
it-
Twitch?
Oh, jeez. Yes, Twitch. And the entire thing is a charity. They're asking for donations. They give away prizes for larger donations and just everything. But man, some of the speed runs that people do on these are just amazing. They have figured out these mind-blowing glitches in games that are 20 years old or only a year old. So I included a link to a wrap-up of it. If you're at all interested in speed runs, go and watch some of them. I would highly recommend any of the Zelda 64 speed runs, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. They come up with Majora's Mask especially, they basically come up with a way to break the clock system in the game.
Oh wow!
That's make Tony like the game.
That was why I didn't like the game.
It was unbelievable, and they talk you through exactly what they're doing here to create this glitch and how they came up with it. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It's just some of the coolest video gaming I've ever seen. Look up some game that you love from your childhood or that you play now, and I'm sure there's a speed run for it. Go watch it. You'll love it.
It's crazy how they take these glitches that who would have ever thought that the glitch was where it's at?
Yeah.
And then they somehow exploit that to beat the game 10 times faster than they actually could.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
Cool. All right. Anything else? Is that it?
I think we killed it.
All right. It is dead and done. Owen, why don't you take us out?
Hey, we hope you care.
See, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gadget Spot.